Yo, what is going on, y'all? I'm Cavell Anderson, and we are back with another Veve and Ecomi video. And this one, we're going to be going over some of the numbers. Now, the news is cool, the leaks is cool, and stuff that we know is going to be coming up is cool, but that doesn't really tell us where we are right now. And I know that a lot of us gotta sometimes look at this. I don't look at it too frequently. I'm not a guy who watches these numbers every single day because I don't expect them to move. Like, unlike any other crypto or anything else that I'm invested in, well, as far as the crypto space is concerned, I know that this price is closely tied to the performance in Veve, and with nothing new releasing, with no new features that's going to keep people on around the clock, there's really nothing that's going to boost this price too substantially. We're not going to get pump and dumps like crazy because this isn't on a platform that allows people to do that easily. So we're not going to get an influx of traffic to drive the price up because it takes way too much to even get this to begin with. So yeah, we're not going to see anything too crazy. That's why I don't focus on this. I don't really care about it right now. Once we get on some bigger exchanges and stuff like that, we'll see a little bit more movement. I don't know if I'm going to be watching it then either. I may watch it a little bit more, but I'm probably not going to be watching it then. I'm really going to be watching when things happen. When you start hearing things, like when you hear news like, oh, this big brand release or that big brand release, then you know the price is starting to drive up. Right? Like, depending on the name of the brand you heard, you know it's driving up. But we are going to dive into the numbers a little bit here because, as you can see, we are up 8%. But before we jump into that, be sure to drop that thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and turn on notifications so you stay updated with everything going on. Also, be sure to check out the links down below. A lot of people ask me every video how to buy Omi. The links are always in the description. There's links to everything that you need to know in the description. If you want to help out the channel in any way, in the description. If you want to learn some things, I have links down there in the description. So, check the description. Next, let's get it, man. So we up 8%. This is good. But me personally, I wanted to go down a little bit lower. I want to get a little bit more. I'm greedy, man. I'm greedy. Listen, I need a nice position. I need a real nice position. Everybody trying to set themselves up perfectly and beautifully, and that's nice. Like that's great. So nothing wrong with that at all. So yeah, I want a better position than I have right now. So I want to buy some more. So I wanted to go down a little bit more, but hey, we'll see. But the great part is this hasn't really been moving too much. It's been staying around the same range, going up and down because nothing's really happening. We have a strong support, so luckily it's not breaking too far below supports or anything like that. It's just it's stagnant. It's really stagnant. And yeah, we haven't been seeing a crazy amount of movement as of lately, anyways. So yeah, we haven't been seeing too much. Let's actually look at something very interesting. So check this out. Even with the minimal movement, we've been seeing more consistent burns ever since they actually opened up the marketplace. We have been above 1 million every single day. So that says a lot by itself. They haven't added anything new. They haven't added anything more interesting. The people driving these prices right now is flippers or people trying to finish their collections and stuff like that. There's not like a crazy amount of people just new, super hyped and stuff. Yeah, there's new people who join consistently and maybe they try to get some stuff out of the marketplace here and there, but yeah, this is just mainly flippers and stuff like that. We don't have a big enough audience or enough content. There's not enough content right now at all. So yeah, like when the gaming features and stuff like that come out, when you can start putting on different capes and stuff with your NFT, walking around the Veveverse, that's going to change everything because there's always going to be something to buy. Until we get to that point, it's not much going on. So it's great to see this much burn, like with really nothing happening. With nothing happening in the app, we're seeing a lot of burn, and it's just the marketplace. So it's good to see what the marketplace is capable of. So imagine down the line when we're seeing bigger sales. So the people who are here a year from now, when we get those new Batman fans who are super wealthy and stuff like that and willing to pay whatever to get their hands on a Batman NFT, a year from now where you have people with like stuff maybe going for like 100,000, like upwards of that, like it could be insane. It could really be insane. So yeah, that's what I'm waiting for. I'm waiting for, like, we need to get to the point where 100 million people have downloaded Veve, which is 100% possible. Like, that's not unrealistic. You see certain apps like Disney and Hulu or Netflix or something where they get these tons and tons of downloads, like 10 million and 100 millions, and it's impressive, but for Veve, it's almost like a no-brainer that it's going to hit 100 million because of all these brands. There's damn near 100 million brands and 100 million fans in some of these brands by themselves. Like individually, by themselves, there's hundreds of millions of fans for certain brands or close to it. Not close to it, but you know what I'm saying. Like, it's a lot of people for a lot of these different brands. So And that's not even considering those people who just want to hop on here to invest, make some money, flip something. And then gamers. The gaming industry is super huge. So they continue. They said they have over 100 brands. They have over 100 brands. You do the math. If each one of these brands have 1 million fans, there we have it right there. So, yeah. As you can see, the burns looking nice. The burn is looking real nice, especially for nothing going on. Now, this part is going to be really, really interesting. So, what I do want to take a look at is some of these brands. Let's look at the power of some of these brands and think about what happens if we start getting... So this is what happens with nothing going on. No releases, no drops, no nothing. Let's look at what we could potentially see if we do see releases. Because we're going to see a fraction of what these numbers that we're going to look at. So check this out. So the NFL. The total revenue of all 32 NFL teams has constantly increased over the last 15 years, raising about $4 billion in 2001 to over $15 billion in 2019. So this article is from 2020, and it has the most recent statistics is from 2019, and it's constantly risen. So it says 15 billion right now. It's probably around 20 billion now, maybe like 20 billion, maybe more. But yeah, so this is how much is spent on the NFL. 15 billion. 15 billion is what... Like, all we need is a fraction of that. All we need is a piece of that. We just need a piece of the NFL pie. And you got to think about it. When it comes down to some of these brands, what do they have to buy around the clock all day, every day? People in different countries and stuff like that. Like, what do they have to buy around the clock? You only buy tickets to the game. Maybe you buy some merch here and there. You buy your favorite team's jersey. Like what do you have to buy around the clock? There has never been an opportunity before where you can literally be playing a game all day long and have something to buy all day long. All day, every day, you could buy something having to do with your favorite teams. Like, this just has not existed before. So for this to, like, you got to think about that as well. This is 15 billion, considering the fact that there's only brief moments throughout days where people can get stuff that has to do with the NFL. So keep that in mind. There's brief moments that you can get stuff. Like, it's not something that's just around the clock 24/7. Anybody can hop on. Any new person can hop on and try to get their favorite NFL character. Take this back to Batman. 4.5 billion spent on DC Comics merchandise. 4.5 million, a fraction of this. And think about this. When people are buying stuff when it has to do with DC Comics and Batman, when it comes down to Batman, they're only buying like what? A Batman game, a few Batman games come out every year. So the Batman games do some sales. Maybe a Batman movie that's going to do some sales. Then some collectible items and stuff like that. And like basically it's adding up all that stuff. And this is stuff that you only have certain times and certain moments to buy. Literally on Veve, you can buy Batman 24/7. Someone is always selling a Batman. Someone is always buying a Batman. And this is when we only have a tiny, small fan base right now. There's only a small amount of people on Veve. So this is what like people need to start getting in their head. Like people think that, oh no, like I saw a comment earlier that said no serious investor is going to invest in Omi because it's too many tokens and too many tokens to try to burn. And I be just thinking, like, honestly, I would wonder what happens if it's not enough tokens. Like, I want to know, like, how long can it sustain it not being enough tokens? Like, what if they burn everything? Because I know, like, it's different when you have a Batman fans all day, every day, constantly buying, selling, buying, selling, buying, sell. Like, and that's just one genre. Then you go over to the NFL. And for all 32 teams, you got people all day selling, buying, selling, buying, selling, buying in this industry, selling, buying in this industry, selling, buying in this industry, all day, every day. It's completely different. Like, I think people are going to be surprised at how quickly things can sell depending on the features that they really do release when it comes to the gamification and stuff like that. I think people can be surprised. People are really going to be surprised at how much can be burnt. So the thing is, investors and most people in crypto, they're not looking for opportunities like this. They're looking for get rich quick. They're looking to put their money in a token and then watch it go up and then get out. Like, they're not looking for something that actually can build and consistently build over time and actually has an infrastructure in place to realistically hit insane goals. They want something that's just going to shoot up off hype. Like, no, and that's the thing. Like, I feel like most people who are in crypto right now, The reason that they are in crypto is because they with their friends. Their friends look, oh, I just got Dogecoin. You see how much that shot up? I made a few $1,000s. And then they get in there like, oh, let me get Omi so I can do that too. And then their friend Dogecoin is going up, Omi's not. Then people start getting discouraged. They friends telling them, bro, that ain't even moved. Why you in that? Like, look at Dogecoin. This is moving. Not realizing that this is the safer and more than likely the stronger investment. But I mean, hey, it's like, that's why you have to become knowledgeable before you invest. You don't just do stuff off of trends. I feel like it's too many trend investors right now, and those are the people who usually end up losing money. People don't do their due diligence. Like this, what's that, Safe Moon or something like that? Like this stuff that just pops up and just comes and goes. Like this stuff that really has no basis, no foundation, no reason why it would last. If you're the last person holding these joke coins, like, you're just going to be the one that gets screwed, and you never know at which point you're getting in. If you're one of the first one in one of these joke coins, then cool, you're going to make a good little profit. But when you get into stuff like that, somebody's always going to be left holding an empty bag, and that's just how it is. Like, these are like pyramid schemes. They're like pyramid schemes of the digital age on a blockchain. So, yeah, like, Omi is completely different. It has a whole infrastructure behind it. And honestly, these are the type of projects that I personally invest in. I don't need get rich quick. I'm cool with waiting and building up secured wealth. Like, building up secure, like that. I'm cool with this. I'm cool with the wait for the return later down the line. A lot of people are impatient. Here we go. Now, this is not confirmed, obviously, but Pokemon Go. Pokemon Go made $1 billion from in-game transactions. Made $1 billion. This was 2020, and then they've made 4.2 billion in total since they've been released. So they've made $1 billion, and all we need a fraction of some of this, and then all that traffic. This is just Pokemon Go. This isn't all those Pokemon games on Nintendo. This isn't Pokemon merchandise. This isn't Pokemon cards. This isn't the full number for the Pokemon industry in total. So when you think about how many sales are going on, it's just like, if this is something that gets announced, like, when you're talking about burning all these tokens, it's like, it's not unrealistic that this could burn faster than anything that we have seen before once all these features and stuff. Like, the thing with Veve and Ecomi is that it actually, they have to have features working. It doesn't just happen. It's not a hype thing, and that's what I love about it. People are so thirsty to get this on popular exchanges because they want it to be, oh, let's hype this up. You're going to be very disappointed when you try to get in and out and you start playing this hype game with the coin instead of just letting it go up gradually like it should, because then you have a stable foundation. Like, right now, we know about what the coin is worth based on the features and stuff that's released. And as they add more stuff, it's like stepping stones. We see, okay, now it's at this worth. They added that. Now it's at this worth. They've added that. Now it's at this. Like, it's a lot safer stepping step by step than just super jumping up, because the only thing you got to do when you super jump up is you're going to take a fall down eventually. So I think people more so want to gamble than actually invest, and that's a terrible way of looking at cryptocurrency, and it's going to come with a lot of L's and a lot of losses. So if you're investing like that when it comes to Ecomi, I definitely wouldn't recommend it, but hey, everybody has their own strategy. If that's what you're into, look at the Premier League. So the Premier League, this is one that's been speculated. And also, I've seen some tweets with this again. Like, I'm seeing a lot of tweets. I saw a tweet from, I think, David Yu, who said, we're just waiting for the right timing. When it came down to something about this, he was asked about this, and he said, we're waiting for the right timing. Because from what I hear, these teams are, like, splitting up. They're leaving the Premier League and stuff. Like, certain teams are leaving. Certain big brands are leaving this organization that's everyone knows. So yeah, it's some changes going on. So they said they were waiting for the right time. But this is 14.7 billion pounds. So that's I don't know the conversions, but that's way more in American dollars. But yeah, so as you can see, like, a fraction of that would be insane. So when you have all these different brands, and this is just like, you see these numbers, this was just 4 brands. And these 4 brands by themselves they have the ability to burn every single one of those tokens. Take that into consideration. These 4 brands by themselves has the ability to burn all the Omi tokens. These 4 brands, realistically, they have the ability to do that. but then there's over 100 more. Come on now, like so people don't be worried about like the burning rate and stuff like that. Oh, it's moving too slow. Like once it start picking up, you're gonna be mad that you didn't believe in it harder when you could have got in and got more in and got more out of your investment. Because yeah, like once it starts moving, once it gets listed on a big exchange, we are going to see it moving organically, and then we are going to start seeing pump and dumps and stuff like that. But it's still like, even when we see a pump and dump, it's not going to be like certain cryptos. Certain cryptos pump and dump, and you don't know where that dump going to stop at. But we're always going to have like a floor. We're always going to have a support. We're going to have strong supports because the value of this is so closely linked to VV. Once VV hits a certain value, it's going to stay at that value. And that's going to be that floor. So if we get a pump that's so far above that value, and then when it dumps back down, it's going to go right back to that floor. It's not going beneath that floor because now VV has built their platform to a point where it's this valuable. Or at least in theory, that's how it goes. But at least there's a good path that you can see, a strong path somewhere. Most of these coins don't even have a strong path. So that's pretty much it. I just wanted to show you all some numbers, get your mind thinking in a different way so you can really understand the potential that VV has, because sometimes we need to really think about the numbers, think about how we're going to get to where we're going to go, where we want to go, because a lot of times we cover the leaks, news, and stuff like that, but we don't think about the fact that it's very, very realistic to burn all these Omi tokens, and it's very, very, like, then they're going to have buybacks. So once we start burning a lot of it, they're going to be doing buybacks. That's going to boost everything. It's just really, really do your research. A lot of people come over here with these little fake pump and dump coins, and some, like, by the time everybody is spreading a coin, it's too late. By the time everybody's talking about something, it's too late. So yeah, especially when it's a hype coin. So yeah, let me know what you all think in the comment section down below. Be sure to drop that thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and I'm gonna catch y'all on the next one. Peace out.